Honorable Health Minister, Mansukh Mandavia, आपका हार्दिक स्वागत है. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. In fact, double welcome for coming out in these times for the 7th edition of the India Today Safai Giri Awards, which since last year have been converted into the Health Giri Summit and Awards. Since the pandemic is still with us, and this year has been traumatic too, we continue as the Health Giri Awards. It is an honor and privilege to have hosted these awards since 2014, when Prime Minister Narendra Modi nominated the India Today Group and me as Swachh Bharat ambassadors. Just yesterday, the Prime Minister launched the Swachh Bharat Mission Urban, SBMU 2.0, an Atal Mission for Rejuvenation and Urban Transformation, Amrut 2.0. CBMU 2.0 aims to make our cities garbage-free, improve sewage and septic management, make our cities water-safe, and ensure no sewage drains into our rivers. These are very laudable and much-needed goals. Prime Minister Modi said yesterday, and I quote, "Cleanliness is a lifestyle. Cleanliness is a life mantra." I believe we should all act on this mantra for the well-being of our country. As we continue this cleanliness mission, we can't forget the fact that the specter of the COVID-19 pandemic continues to stalk us. The pandemic has caused collective deaths and misery globally, disrupting lives and livelihoods unlike any other time in recent history. It has killed over 4.7 million people worldwide since last year. Economies have been ravaged. The living has had to cope with the greater economic insecurity, anxiety, and disruption in every aspect of their life. For many, challenges to mental and physical health remain. So far, India has recorded more than 33 million confirmed cases of COVID-19 and 4,48,605 deaths. We ranked second to America in the number of cases in a country and third in the total number of deaths. We saw a devastating second wave of the COVID-19 pandemic between April and May this year, recording over 400,000 cases a day. Half of all of India's COVID-19 deaths occurred in those 2 months alone. And I'm sure every one of us present here was touched by this health emergency in some way or the other. Our fragile healthcare system was rapidly overwhelmed by the unprecedented waves of the infected patients. There were not adequate ambulances to transport the sick to hospitals. Oxygen and hospital beds were in short supply. And there was a shortage of medical staff to tend to patients. Crematoriums were inundated, and in many cases where entire families tested positive, nobody was there to perform the last rites of the dead. It was a war, and it needed an exceptional group of warriors to fight it. Across the country, thousands of remarkable men and women and organizations, both in public and in the government,